Bulls looking to do damage here as we had a favorable reaction to CPI. Bears unable to keep us red on the day, and we had a nice buy the dip. Got some bull trend, like we talked about in the morning video here. Although market's still open for another 90 minutes. I'm doing the videos a little bit early today. It's summertime, and we have kind of a quiet tape here. Very much pinned in an OPEX week as well. But overall, we did talk about 715 in the pre-market stream, as well as 75.70 on ES. And I said watch those levels there for sweeps today, as they would probably get supported. And that was the case here. And I'll tell you, man, I mean, 715 QQQ. This was a very good trap. I have to give it to him. This was a nasty trap. You know, if I didn't have the data I have, I probably would have stopped out. But actually doubled down at this area here with NQ, and it was a very profitable trade here. And we're still holding runners on this. But again, we kept, you know, talked about these levels pre-market here. And again, I can give you the levels and the setup here, but what I can't show you in a short video is the actual entry, the actual exit, and the risk management in real time. That's what happens at 8:45 every morning on our pre-market show. What's moving markets? And if you want to be in the live trading room, the actual trades in real time, that's at carnivoretrades.com. Link is in the pinned comment. So check that out. Join us in the morning. We even made these levels for free. But yeah, NQ with a nice pop. And, you know, it was kind of looking like more of a choppy trend here, or a choppy kind of OPEX type week trading day here. But overall, you know, it has kind of trended positive at NQ, and QQQ is above its, you know, prior day high. And one of the sectors that really impressed me now, right now, I'd say by far, is software. And everybody's like dunking on IBM right now. I mean, it's just like full of IBM, like, you know, basically just dunking on anybody who was bullish on IBM, which I didn't even know there were those people, but they're out there. And that's what X is right now today. But this is the worst sell-off in IBM since 1987. And look at what IGV is doing. This is incredibly bullish. So the gap down and the immediate advance to green. And, you know, so far the gains are being held, unless we puke in the next 90 minutes. This is red to green here. I mean, look at Salesforce, INTU, Microsoft, Palantir. What a rip on Palantir. So I'm seeing, like, this is very strong. I mean, you just engulfed the last 4 days. Really the last, you know, 6 out of the last 7 in one shot. And it did that in 30 minutes this morning, right? So these software stocks, you know, we got to upgrade them now. They're no longer scamware as a service. They're just back to being software as a service. But no, seriously, that's a very, you know, nobody's talking about this, but nobody's also talking about the fact that chips are up 3% with IGV up, right? They're pumping together. So that's a positive here. You see here the heat map, you know, pretty solid. Mags are up as well, I think. Last I checked anyway. Not the greatest breadth, but yeah, mags are back up there. Levels I'm watching here, though, on NQ, you know, it's really just that 30K handle, but just above that, like 30,100. We're looking at a 4-hour here. You know, just drag that across. You got an inverse head and shoulder that can trigger tomorrow. And, you know, if I flip over here, you're going to see tomorrow that's on the board. I mean, 7:30 on the Qs. And I don't see really anything kind of stopping that right now. So overall, and, you know, 720 looks like it's being turned into support here. So if that holds into tomorrow, we do have PPI in the morning, but, you know, we had a good reaction to CPI for the most part here. Bonds, still not the greatest. They are green on the day, but not by a ton. But we'll see. You know, that's a big level here to trigger. And I think it's very likely there's a possibility here we could see continuation to the upside, right? So we hit the lower expected move yesterday. We hit it on a Monday of an OPEX week. That's usually kind of how things work. Those are pretty good opportunities here. If we start to dip here in between now and the close, which will almost assuredly happen because I'm doing the video early, 750 will hold by the end of the day. But I don't think the Qs are going to go too much past 720 here. It looks supportive here, at least even on ODTEs looks pretty supportive. So we'll see if that's the case tomorrow. No guarantees, but, you know, there's definitely a setup here for the bulls to be able to do that. You know, overall, we just kind of back tested the, you know, I've got it kind of drawn this way, more like a flag on that SPY. On SPX, you can kind of draw it like this if you want, you know, but we tested the down sloping trend line and it's holding up. So again, Q's had that little kind of little trap there. Still fighting with that 20-day, but watch, you know, 30,000, 30,100. That's a big level. Another area of the market that has a similar pattern here, but it's a little bit more mature. It's along down the line here as Bitcoin. We usually save this for last, but you know, that is set to trigger there. So that's your down sloping inverse head and shoulder. There's your left head and then right. That's triggering here. Ethereum, new highs, right? New local highs. So ETH started picking up a little bit here. Sol, not so much, but it is holding that point of control around 74, 74 and a half. So interesting stuff here in cryptos. And we know if we can get through this, we should get up to 69. I said I like this. I said want to be contrarian yesterday. I like that it got that crappy day out of the way on Monday. You know, I mean, nobody wanted to buy that yesterday, right? That's why I liked it. So, you know, especially on a Monday. So we'll see if that, you know, again, it still hasn't been proven. They could still fail, but so far the setup is there for this. Yeah, I think there's a high probability of continuation, you know, maybe even throughout the week. Cash S&P 75.50, still a big level to get through. Q's, you know, we talked about 725 and then 730 being on the board. The Russell here, a little on the weaker side today, but nothing terrible. The Dow weak as well, but that's okay. Don't really care that much. Semis, again, up 3%. DRAM up 6%. So good bounce there. Mentioned software. Really like what this did. Transport's flat. Maybe starting to put in a little micro inside bar there on the daily. TLT up, but just fractionally. It is off the highs. So nothing great for bonds, but nothing terrible either. XHB up 72 cents. IYR, I think, yeah, that's fractionally lower. Banks were impressive today too. XLF new all-time high, but what I like is JPM. It's over. JPM right back up. Goldman made a new all-time high too. That might go to 12. KRE down a little bit, but not, you know, it's like flattish. BAC had a decent day. XBD holding up. Oil stalling out right where we talked about, $80/120 on USO. We'll see what it does. I mean, I don't see it going much lower than 120 this week unless we get like some major shift here, but you know, it might just chop into the end of the week. I mean, it could technically go higher tomorrow. I'm just not so sure it will. We'll see. This will tell us a lot. Because you can't get back above 80 with the news that's going on right now. Like there's, you know, the opportunity for some serious macro rage. And I'm already seeing, like I said, if that inverse triggers on NQ, you're going to see some serious macro rage. But watch oil here, XLE, kind of a flat day. Told you I had kind of a minor sell signal on that yesterday. It did stall out. It wasn't like a sell signal, but it has stalled out. XOP and OIH, you know, kind of much the same. OIH still kind of soft though. And then dollar got flattened, but it did come back. This does look a little weaker though. I mean, the fact that it's not really the 20 MA, like if the uptrend is strong, like right, it should act as fuel, right? Even right here. 1, 2, 3. Every time it hits it, it pops. This time it hasn't, right? So it's telling us that the trend is getting a little weaker here, at least in the short term. It's just the 20 MA, but you know, like how many times does it need to back test 150? If it's strong, it should just one time, boom. You know, maybe a 1, 2, and then right here. Why didn't you just go higher? You know what I'm saying? So that I think there's just a lot of dollar bulls out there right now. Gold had a nice bid too, but little sus, right? I mean, you know, I'll say this for the dollar, like why can't gold, like, what are we doing here? You got a nice pump on CPI. Okay, you're overbought there, you back off, you try it again, and then failure. So this needs to you know, this needs to hold up here. You know, I want to see it hold that CPI level. I'm not in it, but I'm just pointing out I would want to see it hold that CPI level. I would love if it got one more flush, though, into the 37, 38 area. I'd be on that for sure. And silver as well, though. Silver looks a little bit stronger than gold, intraday anyway, which hasn't been the case lately. PL and PA have held up nicely, though. PA specifically. And then copper here on the flatter side, or maybe not. I'm looking at the COMEX. Futures are up 1.3. We're into resistance at the red bar, which is normal. So a lot of patterns here that could trigger here. And speaking of, yeah, Palantir another, and it's making another high of the day as I'm talking here. Software, I'm very impressed with it. Very impressed. And the fact that SMH, MAGs, and IGV are all up together, that has not happened in a while. So we'll see what we get here. Nice trap this morning. I think energy is a little bit better tomorrow. And we'll see if we get any continuation. Obviously, bears, you want to break 750 SPY. That's pretty simple there. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, guys, we'll wrap it up here. You guys take care. Have a great afternoon. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com. We'll see you all in the morning.